Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Hashem Rakakwadash. All right, and double honors to our apostles. All right, and our teachers, the great millstone, peace and salutations unto the Lord's elect. All right, and yeah, you Northern Kingdom, okay, you have become a disappointment, man. All right, you Northern Kingdom, you become you know, shells of your former selves, man, and you know, you would expect to see more of the Northern Kingdom, you know what I'm saying, in the truth by now, but you know, they're few and really far between, you know. You see mainly you know what I'm saying, Southern Kingdom, you know, which is, you know, the Lord said he'll raise up the tens of Judah first, but you know, here it is, you got the majority of these Northern Kingdom, man, they're still in this damn they still believe in their so-called white people. They're still you know, underneath this, you know, that's one of their curses, the you know, the carnality, you know, and you know, they're in love with their with España, man, you know, and Los Blancos, okay, but nevertheless, a remnant shall return, you know, but it's disappointing, you know, these tribes, man, you know, they're still in the sunken place, all right, Northern Kingdom, all right, they're still in a novella spirit, man, you know, they're still in the spirit of a damn novella. All right, still stuck on the Spaniard way of life. You know, dealing with this Spanish, Portuguese, you know, and things of that nature. Because mainly this video more concerned with the Northern Kingdom. You know, all right, which you know some of them are coming to the truth. You know, it spared even my mom. You know, she was asking me questions, stuff like that about the more so about the truth now. You know, so you know, tide is turning for Jake. You know, as a whole. Um, for the Northern Kingdom, but many of you are still in this damn Jesucristo, you know, El Blanco spirit, man. You know, that rolling Catholic demon is prevalent amongst you Zebulonites, you know, you Issacharites, you know. So it said Hosea 4 and verse 1, it says, hear the word, Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land because there is no truth, no mercy, no knowledge of the Most High in the land. By swearing, lying, and killing, and stealing, committing adultery, they break out in blood, touching blood. Right over there in the land of Issachar, man, you got them Issacharites just murdering each other. You know, um, you know, in Brazil, you know, the Asherites, you know, they over there in the they're doing each other greasy. You know, that's why they got to come up here in the Venezuelans. They're Asherites too. You know, and they come up here, you know, to serve this devil. You know, the scripture say that Ephraim shall bring his children to the murder. You know, Ephraim represents the Northern Kingdom, not just the tribe of Ephraim. You know, because the tribe Ephraim being interchangeable with the Northern Kingdom and also with Israel. You know, when it's mentioned Israel, that's the Northern Kingdom. You know, but it says third verse. It says therefore shall the land mourn and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of the heaven, yet the fish of the sea also shall be taken away. Yet let no man strive nor reprove another, for thy people are as they that strive with the priest. It says, therefore thou shalt fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. All right, because okay, when you read the second chapter of Hosea, you know, it speaks about your mother, you know, you you Northern Kingdom, man, your mother will be the Spain, man. It would be the mother Spain, you know. La Furia Roja, because Jake does everything these land tribes do is based upon what they do in Spain, the Spaniards, La Real Academia Española. Okay, because the upper echelon of the land tribes, they're into they they speak it properly, right? They speak the language, they're totally involved with what goes on in Spain, that's where all the rich Mexicans they deal with the people in Spain. Ibiza, they go to Ibiza. That's Ibiza. That's the rich Northern Kingdom capital. That's where they go spend their money. All the little fine little things from these different like the Colombian tribes, the Asherites, and all this other. They go over there, Colombia, make from Venezuela to Spain directly all the greatest talent that comes out of these football leagues and stuff that they gotta go to Spain. They gotta go to play Barca or they play for Los Blancos, or they play for Los Blancos. And that's why the majority of these northern tribes, they're Los Blancos fans. They're into this Spaniard way of life. They're part of the state. They don't even know why they support like white supremacy, or why they support like the Vatican, or they support the Roman Catholicism, and they don't even understand. You know, it's because it's been ensnared in them and trapped from the beginning. From the time of the Hernan Cortes, all these devils. See, the Northern Kingdom had their devils, the Spaniards, and then the Southern Kingdom had this white man from England. The so-called white man, Americans, and then that's tribe of Judah, and then the Levites, Haitians, they had the French come upon them, you know, the Asherites, they end up having the Dutch and the Germans and also the Portuguese. The Portuguese came after them. That's why I speak Portuguese, But they all the East. They called the East Trading Company, the Dutch East Trading Company. They say is one of the oldest companies. The first companies established, they dealt with the Brazilian slaves. Okay, so you had a difference of this is why you have a difference between the tribes because they were all colonized by different white men. They were all colonized by different white men, and they all speak different things. They had different culture, but they're all Edomites. You know, so go back to Esau. They all go back to Esau, just like we all go back to Jacob. Now, thy mother, Hosea 4:5, therefore thou shalt fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I'll destroy thy mother. Now, Hosea 2:1, it says, say ye to your brethren, Ami, and to your sister, Ruamah, plead with your mother, plead, for she is not my wife, neither am I her husband. Let her therefore put away her whoredoms out of her sight, and her adulteries from between her breasts, lest I strip her naked and set her as in the day that she was born, and make her as a wilderness, and set her like a dry land, slay her with thirst. Yeah, go plead with your mother. All right, you Northern Kingdom. All right, the Lord, because Hosea really was dealing with that Northern Kingdom. All right, you will read all throughout. Okay, um, he said go plead with that with your mother. All right, that bear you. All right, that's she's not my wife, and you're not my woman. All right, but because the Lord divorced the Northern Kingdom, he said that's why you so far gone. That's why you're so far gone in the novella. You're in a novella spirit, man. You're Northern Kingdom. You're in a weak, feminine novella spirit. And your woman are totally gone. They're part of the casting couch. They're the number one. That's why they win all the new Miss Universes, man. You know, they're the number one. Between the Northern Kingdom, you have like 40 Miss Universe crowns, man. Because you got to take into account. Okay, the Venezuelans are like number one. They got the Cubans, they got the Puerto Ricans. They all have like five of them each. The Colombians. The Mexico got like three or four winners by themselves. So these are the Latin tribe. That's why you have all these races. They all want Latin women. because they're the ones that win all these pageants and shit like that. Because um they kick these other nation ass like that. The Chinese, all these other white women, and all these people. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, um it says, plead to your mother, for she is not my wife, neither am I your husband. Let her therefore put away her whores out of her sight, and her adultery from between her breasts, lest I strip her naked, and set her as in the day that she was born, and make her as a wilderness, and set her a dry land, and slay her with thirst. And I will not have mercy upon her children, for they are the children of whoredoms. That's right. Because Ephraim, it said what? He'll bring his children to the murderer. So that's why I said the children of an unlawful bed. You devils, you Ephraimites, you northern kingdom, you came up here and you had all these kids, and you never taught them the way of the Lord. See, it says in Second Esdras, the 13th chapter, right, the 40th verse. It says that we will go to the land called Arsareth, so that we will keep the laws that we never kept in our own lands, right? Which you never kept. You came up here, the northern kingdom, with Gad, you know what I'm saying, the Mexicans, Issachar, all the rest of the nation, they all spread out, they all, throughout the Native American Indians and all that. And here it is, but none of them kept the laws, man. None of them kept the commandments. They all went into their own way. They all lost their way. That's why the Lord sent that Spaniard after your ass, because you being wicked. All right. That's why you speak in Spanish, and that's why you live under the conditions you live in. You got all these last names and shit. Esmeralda, Sanchez, everybody laughing at your ass. You got 14 names. Esmeralda, the Concepcion, this and that. You got these long ass names, man. Everybody's laughing at you. You know, oh, you're a beaner. You got all you eat is rice and shit, and rice and beans, and you got 27 people in the Honda. That's how they look at these. You got all these kids and shit. They're just laughing at all you do is clean toilets. That's the meme for the it's Christ. Oh, they just come here clean our toilets and shit. They're that's a stereotype, man. Which that's something that they come do here because of the status of their country. But anyways, that's the curses that befell upon you. So their mother had played the harlot, and the mother had played the harlot, and she that conceived them have done shamefully. For she said, I will go after my lovers, that they may give me bread and water, and my wool and my flax, my oil, my drink. Therefore, behold, I will hedge up that way with thorns and make a wall that shall not find her path. That's why you come up here, right? You come up here and you think you're gonna live in America, but your way is full of thorns. You think you're gonna live up here, you come up here, everything's gonna be good, you're gonna earn in dollars and shit. And your kids gonna come up here and they're gonna make something of themselves, which sometimes they do, or sometimes they end up in one of these fucking prisons, being a little gangster, being a demon. You bring your kids up here, they turn into what's this guy named L no what's this dude's name? The fat dude, a Mexican OT. You turn into Mexican OT, man. You bring your kids up here, they turn into Malu Trevejo, or Becky G, or Carol G. Your kids come up here and they turn to Selena getting shot and killed, you know, being in this world. They turn to homosexuals, because the murderer turns them into homosexuals, so-called white men. So it says, Hosea 2:7, she shall follow after her lovers, but she shall not overtake them. And she shall seek them and shall not find them. They shall say, then shall she say, I will go and return to my first husband, for then it was better with me than now. Yeah, you're going to seek your lovers. They're not going to help you. Okay, just like remember what happened with Vanessa Guillen? She was a I think it's a correct land tribe woman, and she was part of the army, and she got killed. They gang raped her, and it just threw her. Uh, um, they just threw her somewhere, and the army never took accountability. Basically, like the parents and all the people just they had to like figure their lives out, whatever, because she was some Mexican woman. And she was a good looking woman, little young thing, and them white men just took her up and just killed her. The lieutenants and all them people covered the shit up from the army base because that's your lover. That's your lover. You shall seek him and not be able to find him. All right. So it said Hosea 2:8 because you seek him for help and he ain't helping you. You know, you seek that devil for help, and what does he do? He turns a blind eye to you, man. He turns back on you. All right, because he's a deceitful lover. That so-called white man, he's a deceitful lover, man. So Hosea 2:8, it says, "For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil and multiply her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal." Yep. The Lord bless you, right? The Lord set you in a fruitful land, and you dwell in a pleasant place, right? The scripture say Ephraim shall dwell in a pleasant place. You dwelling in a pleasant place, it give you nice, where Jake lives, where Northern Kingdom lives, there's a beautiful place, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, the Dominican Republic, all these different places. These are beautiful lands, man. Nicaragua, El Salvador, these are beautiful lands, man. You know, beautiful locations. The Lord gave it says that Asher shall dip his foot in gold, in oil. Matter of fact, let's get that too. He gave you oil, the Venezuelans. He gave you a lot of things, but you prepared it for Esau, for the devil. You know, Asher dipped his foot, and this is Deuteronomy, his foot in oil. His foot shall Deuteronomy 33 and verse 20, 20 23. And if Naphtali, he said, "Oh Naphtali, satisfied with favor and full with blessing of the Lord, possess thou the west and the south." Yep, because they dwell down there in South America. And of Asher, he said, "Let Asher be blessed with children, let him be acceptable to his brethren, and let him dip his foot in oil." That's right. If you look up Venezuela, they have the biggest oil reserves next to Saudi Arabia, but they can't really exploit it because they used to be rich in the 80s. But they can't really exploit it because so-called white man through his IMF, you know, has exploited this devil, and the CIA as well have exploited this devil. Um, has exploited these resources, that they have underneath the earth. They have billions of barrels, billions upon billions of barrels, which they can't exploit. They should be living like the Saudis, building towers, and the Saudis are building all kind of shit out there, man. They're living like kings and shit. The royal. If you look up the royal family, the royal princes, they own Manchester City, own all these fucking teams. You know, the Qataris. You know, because they're not under the curse. They made a deal with the so-called white man a long time ago. They're not in slavery. Well, they are in slavery, but they're not. They got their sovereignty at least because they're not the chosen people. So Hosea 2, um, and verse 8, "For she did not know that I gave her corn and wine and oil and multiply her silver and gold, which they prepared for Baal. Therefore I will return, take away my corn in the time thereof, and my wine in the season thereof, and will recover my wool and my flax given to her for to cover her nakedness. Now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of my hand. And I will also cause her." See, because you belong to the Lord too, not just the black tribes. Okay, this is not just a black thing. See, because you look at this, see, this is the reason why um you see all mainly so-called black people, and it's true because they identify also more with the Lord being a black man and all that. The Northern Kingdom is not really going, they're gonna be like, well, we're not black and shit like that. That even in the just it's just going, most of them are gonna be carnal and think that way. That's why the Lord said He will raise up the tents of Judah first. But at the end of the day, that's one of the major stumbling blocks for most of these Northern Kingdom individuals. They just because they've been enamored with this white Jesus. Which that's what they've identified, because some of them look like that. But anyways, we all have our curses as the 12, but this is not just a black thing. This is a spiritual thing. That's why the Lord confounded the they brought about the speckled birds. Ephraim's a cake not turned. He made you to lose your classic look. You don't have your hair and you don't look like a black man, but you still go back to the nations, the tribes, I should say. Of Israel, you can still go back to Jacob. You know, you're still a son of the power, so you can't escape this. So none shall deliver her out of my hand. All right, and the Lord discovered your lewdness in the sight of your lovers. All right. So it says, I will cause all her mirth to cease, and her feast days, and her new moons, her Sabbath, all her solemn days. I will destroy her vine, her fig trees, whereof she have said, these are my rewards that my lovers have given me. If you look at these Northern Kingdom, man, they're living good. A lot of them, like they're proud, like Ridiculous Junior, man. They're proud. They think they're gonna win the Ballon d'Or, and they don't win because they're fucking proud. You see. I have my rewards. My lovers have given me. I will make them a force. And the beasts of the field shall eat them. Here it is. They're over there rejoicing with the so-called white man. They think they because the Chinese come and invest. Oh shit, the Chinese built us a stadium. I remember. Yeah, I remember. You know, I remember Zebulon. They were happy because the Chinese were coming and investing. Even my dad. He was like, oh, blah blah blah. Because they look at it as a good thing, but at the end of the day, any foreign intervention is not good amongst in our land. Scriptures speak about us being sovereigns as Israelites, man. You know, so anytime when these devils come, Scripture tell you never trust thy enemy. Sirach the 12th chapter, for as iron rested, so it's the wickedness. So anytime they come, whether it be for with a loan or with any type of aid or some type of shit like that, that's really a noose around the neck of the tribes, whether it be Southern Kingdom or Northern Kingdom. That's a noose around the neck. So the Assyrians, we had this in captivity. And to this day, the modern day Assyrian, they got you in captivity, and they're making it to where your countries are always under oppression. Even this guy Nayib Bukele, right? With the Salvadorians, which they said he cleaned up they said he cleaned up the country, whatnot, whatever, because he put all the gangsters in prison and shit like that, which is a good thing. But he's a small header, you know. So he's treacherous. He's not to be trusted because he's coming with that democracy and that new world order agenda. Because none of these puppet leaders, are none of these leaders are actual leaders. They're all puppet leaders. They're all puppet leaders. All the leaders in American, in the U.S. and your country too. And your country, whether it be the prime minister of Trinidad or Jamaica or whatever the case may be, you know, the Haitian president gets shot, killed, they put whoever they want up in there. That's just how it goes. Any of the countries they're all ruled by the small hatter and the American over here, so-called white man. So, even if the Chinese come up in there and give you something, they're the heathen too. They're the enemy too. You know. So the Lord told you, they shall not set up any other than one of your brethren as a king over you. But here it is. They give you elections. They give you the puppet leader. that works for the UN and the CFR and the IMF. All these leaders, they work for these different groups. The CIA, just like who did they try to instill in Venezuela? This guy, the CIA operative, Juan Guaido. Which Maduro has to play ball too. He has to join the diddler party too. He has to go and party with one of these white billionaires. He has to have a relationship with the Americans. All these people, uh, um they bring their policies and their way of life, their agenda in your country, man. So they can control geopolitics and they control the tribes. Because they understand that those are the tribes as well, not just the ones here in America, which mainly at the beginning, well, the Northern Kingdom was here too, but mainly in hardcore slavery they had the Gadite, and mainly they had the Judite, over here, in the American South antebellum. But what I'm saying, they have to extend their reach to all the tribes. So you're not free from this, even though you don't look like a so-called black man, even though you might identify with Cesare or with the Spaniards, you might identify with Los Blancos and the Pope. You might look up there and see, but you're not those people. Um, that's right. Ephraim is a join out to the idols and let him alone. Yeah, Hosea 4:17. That's right. So Hosea chapter 2 and verse 13. I will visit upon her the days of Baalim, wherein she burnt incense to them, and she decked herself with earrings and her jewels, and she went after her lovers and forgot me, saith the Lord. All right. So Hosea 4 and verse 5, it says, therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge, because thou hast rejected knowledge. I will also reject thee, and thou shalt be no priest to me. Seeing that thou hast forgotten the law of thy power, I will forget thy children. As they were incense, as they increased, so they sinned against me, therefore I will change their glory into shame. They eat up the sins of my people, and they set their heart on their iniquity. And there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them for their doing. For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit whoredom and shall not increase, because they have let off to take heed to the Lord. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart. My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declare unto them, for the spirit of whoredoms have caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their power. They sacrifice on top of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore, your daughters shall commit whoredom, and your spouse shall commit adultery. Therefore, Catalina and Jasmine and them are a bunch of hoes, man. Maria, she a hoe. She's no longer a keeper at home. She's gonna be the biggest catch on the block. She's gonna be the sensación de bloque. Like De La Ghetto said, man. She's gonna be chasing. She gonna be the one. Shaking up their perreo, reggaeton. You know, she's gonna be up there. These Latin tribe women, they're toxic. That's why they call them toxic Latinas, man. They're a bunch of demons, man. You know, all them nations, they want one of them, and they end up dealing with them, and they find out what them bitches are about. Like the ball boy brothers, they got with the Latin tribe women, and the bitch got them good, man. Okay. Your man's was it the first one, the oldest one. You got LaMelo, he's the good one. But the other one is not LeVar, that's the dad. What's the dude name? Freaking not LiAngelo, Lamar, and LaMelo. But the other one, I forget his name. The first one he had the little Iscrite baby moms, and he he found out the hard way. He had to end up. They end up quick. They end that quick. She's wanted the clout. You know. So it says they sacrifice on the top of the mountains and burn incense upon the hills, under oaks and poplars and elms, because the shadow thereof is good. Therefore, your daughter shall commit whoredom, and your spouse shall commit adultery. I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom. Yeah, your Esmeralda be a hoe, and I won't even punish her, man. Oh, Lonzo, yeah, Lonzo, yeah. That's how you know that the nigga is a fool, man. Cause and that's how you know that he's not good, because I don't even remember his name. I don't even remember his name. You know, Lonzo, yeah, Lonzo. Hosea 4:14 said, "I will not punish your daughters when they commit whoredom, nor your spouse when they commit adultery." Esmeralda and them, they could run off on you and do all this. That's why you got all these songs like all these Hispanic songs, like all these singers. It's all these songs are like heartbreak songs and boleros and Luis Miguel um, and Vicente Fernandez and all these different old singers, Javier Solis. All these guys are like they were all like romantic heartbreak songs, like Jose. All these singers are like, um they were all singing about the damn woman, and what they went through with the woman. just like Judah and them. That's how you know y'all the same people, you know, because the music is the same. But anyway, it says, for themselves are separated with whores, and they sacrifice with harlots. Hosea 4:14. Therefore, the people that doth not understand shall fall. Yeah, and these northern kingdom, they don't have no understanding. You know, though thou Israel play the harlot, yet let not Judah offend, and come not ye unto Gilgal, neither go ye up to Beth Haven, nor swear the Lord liveth. For Israel slideth back as a backsliding heifer. All right. Now the Lord will feed them as a lamb in a large place. All right. Ephraim is joined to idols, let him alone. Their drink is sour, they committed whoredom continually. Her rulers with shame do love give ye. The wind have bound up in her wings, they shall be ashamed because of their sacrifices. Right. All right. The northern kingdom gonna be ashamed. All right. All in Israel, but right now we're dealing with the northern kingdom, you know. Because you're a disappointment, man. All right. You're a disappointment, your northern kingdom. There should be many more of you out there teaching, you know. When I look around, I only see a few. I only really see a few of the northern kingdom like that, man. You know. I don't see that many of you, man. You know. You see brothers like, the apostle, Ramlob, you see brothers, like the brothers in Jersey, you see brothers like myself, brothers like Nair, these brothers like that, the brothers in LA. But it's very few far between like that, man. Brother, a couple brothers in Chicago, but you don't really see too many Northern Kingdom like that. Well, they might be Gad or whatnot, or things of that nature, but I'm talking about like the ones that are like look like the Latin tribes, which at the end of the day, this is a spiritual thing, but you know what I mean. It should be more of you it's Christ out there, man. It's like that brother in Mexico, he's like by himself. I think he got a couple brothers with him, but most of the time I think he be by himself. I remember this one brother that was from Costa Rica. I don't know what happened to him, you know. I don't know what happened to him, you know. You ain't seen him out there in a long time. So um yeah, man, you Northern Kingdom, man, you become a disappointment. You leave this truth, you here it is, you making the Northern Kingdom look terrible, brother. You know. So, anyways, um Ephraim, he backslide like a backsliding heifer. Israel, it says Israel backslide as a backsliding heifer. Um, Look at the word backsliding, Strong's 5637. Okay, it says to rebel, to be stubborn. All right, to rebel, to be stubborn. Um, yeah, that's right. A lot of them left too. That's right. Be refractory, to be stubborn, to rebel. Yeah, a lot of them get weak, man. I'm not really an Israelite. I'm not really. You're not spiritual, brother. You're not fucking spiritual, man. You're not spiritual, man. I'm not an Israelite, man. No, I don't fit the description. You get all these wicked thoughts and shit. You over there, like, come on, bro. You know, that's right. That's right. Nothing for the Lord. That's right. That's right. Nothing for the Lord. All right. Okay. So it said Hosea chapter 10 and verse 1. Israel is an empty vine. he bringeth forth fruit unto himself. According to the multitude of his fruit, he have increased the altars. According to the goodness of his land, they have made goodly images. Their heart is divided. See, they're double-minded. Their heart, is far from the Lord. Their mouth draweth, with their mouth they draw near, but their heart is far from the Lord. So their heart is divided. Now shall they be found faulty. He shall break down their altars, and he shall spoil their images. For now they shall say, we have no king, because we fear not the Lord. What then shall a king do to us? They have spoken words, swearing falsely, and making a covenant. Thus judgment spring forth as a hemlock in the furrow of the field. Yeah, judgment is about to spring forth on your northern kingdom, man. All right. As a hemlock in the furrows of the field. Before, when you're not looking. Because you know the kingdom are fast asleep, man. You know the kingdom are fast asleep. All right. Very simple, man. Very docile. You're still looking for you still talking about Jesus Christos, man. To this day, the number one Jesus lover is the Northern Kingdom, man. By far, you know, by far, man. They're the number ones that you walk around, you look at them, they walk around with this Jesus is boss hat. This shit is pretty crazy, man. Pretty pathetic. You know. So anyway, Hosea 10, verse 5 says, the inhabitants of Samaria shall fear because of the calves of Beth Haven, for the people shall mourn over it, and the priests thereof that rejoiced on it, for the glory thereof, because it departed from it. And it shall be carried unto Assyria for a present to King Jareb. Ephraim shall receive shame, and Israel shall be ashamed of his own counsel. As for Samaria, her king is cut off as the foam upon the water. The high place also of Van, the sin of Israel, shall be destroyed. The thorn and the thistle shall come upon their altars, and they shall say to the mountains, cover us, and to the hills fall on us. O Israel, thou hast sinned from the days of Gibeah. Therefore they stood the battle, and Gibeah against the children of iniquity did not overtake them. It is my desire that I should chastise them, and the people shall be gathered against them, when they shall bind themselves in their two furrows, and Ephraim is as a heifer that is taught, and loveth to tread out the corn, but I passed over upon her fair neck, and I'll make Ephraim to ride, and Judah shall plow, and Jacob shall break his clods. Sow to yourselves in righteousness, and reap in mercy. Break up your fallow ground, for it is time to seek the Lord. Yes, it's time for these northern kingdom to be in His truth, man. You still got your head up this devil ass, man. You still in love with El Blanco, man. With Cristobal Colon. Still to this day, your ass is still stuck on Cristobal Colon and Jesucristo, man. You still can't get this fucking devil out your head, man. To the point where he didn't drew you away. To this day, you got a massive statue of this devil right in front of you. Your in every single one of your houses, and on top of your cities. Like in Sao Paulo, Brazil. No, is that no Rio de Janeiro? That's Rio de Janeiro, yeah. So it says, Ephraim is as a heifer that is taught and loveth to tread out the corn. Hosea 10:11. But I passed over her fair neck, and I will make Ephraim to ride. Judah shall plow, and Jacob shall break his clods. Sow to yourself in righteousness, and reap in mercy. For us like it, break up your fallow ground. For it is time to seek the Lord, till He come and rain righteousness upon you. Ye have plowed wickedness, ye have reaped iniquity. Ye have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou didst trust in thy way, in the multitude of thy mighty men. That's right. It says in Proverbs 16:2, every way of man is right in his own eyes, yet the Most High weigheth the spirits, man. Okay, so you Northern Kingdom, you are right in your own eyes, man. You are in darkness. The Northern Kingdom, they come up here, and it's a shame. They look simple. Okay, they're very much very simple, man. It's pretty sad, man. It is. They barely speak the language. They come up here, they get abused by these devils, man. They trust in Whitey. You could tell they're fucking scared as hell of Whitey. Whitey treats them like a piece of shit. I say this because of course, Northern Kingdom, the Southern Kingdom as well, of course, too. But the northern kingdom are like, like those are our children, brother. those are we're directly, these are, these are our people. We speak the same language, everything. And you deal with them, and most of them are humble, most of them are humble and stuff like that. But they're totally lost, man. And you teach them the truth, and most of them are going to reject it because of the fact that they hate they don't see themselves as black people, man. They don't. Most of them don't see themselves. That's why the Northern Kingdom, the Southern Kingdom, I should say, has an easier time coming to the truth. That's why you're gonna see most of them being in the truth. Because I'll raise the 10th of Judah first, Zechariah the 12th chapter. But at the end of the day, it should be more of you Northern Kingdom that's in the truth. You dragging your feet, behind Caesar ass, man. You dragging your feet behind Caesar ass. Okay, yeah, Alonzo, man. Yeah, a lot of them drop out the truth, to follow Jesus Christ again. A lot of you, like the Chinese water rat, that you hear the elders talking about, Yeah, that would be the Northern Kingdom, the Chinese water rat, Those are guys like that. Those are the ones that leave and become vocab Malone supporters because they look like vocab Malone, because they're carnal, So it said Hosea 10 verse 13 again. You have plowed wickedness, you have reaped iniquities, you have eaten the fruit of lies, because thou didst trust in the way and the multitude of thy mighty men. Therefore shall a tumult rise amongst that people, and all thy fortresses shall be spoiled, as Shalman spoiled Beth Arabo in the day of battle. The mother was dashed in pieces upon her children. So shall Bethel do to you because of your great wickedness. In the morning shall the king of Israel be utterly cut off. That's right. So you're gonna be dealt with for your great wickedness. Hosea 7:1. All right. You falling after idols. Ephraim is joined onto idols, like a silly dove, man. Okay. Ephraim is a silly dove. You're a silly dove, man. All right. Okay. I don't even like to be around the Northern Kingdom like that. I really don't. I don't, because most of them are just simple, man. And you speak to them, and it's just no getting around this. They're drunk. They're drunk off the wine of Babylon, man. Far, far, far gone, you know. And they're untrustworthy as a motherfucker. Jake, the Northern Kingdom is untrustworthy, man. Especially Simeon, especially Simeon. Okay, me and Simeon have never had a good relationship, man. Nah, I'm just playing. All right. Anyways, it said Hosea 7:1. It said, when I would have healed Israel, then the iniquity of Ephraim was discovered, and the wickedness of Samaria. Yeah, because Samaria was closely linked to the Northern Kingdom, because the Northern Kingdom was dwelling in that land. That's why when you read John the 4th chapter, speaks about Samaria, because they were keeping the customs of the Northern Kingdom, you know. Um, so anyways, it says, for they commit falsehood, and the thief cometh in, and the troops of robbers spoil it without. They consider not in their hearts that I remember all their wickedness. Now their own doings have beset about them, and they are before my face. They make the king glad with their wickedness. They make this so-called white man glad. He's the king. Many seek the rule of favor. Proverbs 29:26. They make the king glad with their wickedness. So-called white man is the king. You tribes, especially you fucking Latin women, you're in the spirit of what's this bitch name? I was about to say Veronica. Uh, what's this damn demon's name, man? The one from Modern Family, Sofia Vergara. You're in the spirit of Sofia Vergara. You know, it says, they make the king glad with their wickedness and the princes with their lies. They are all adulterers, like Sofia Vergara, an adulteress. It says, as an oven heated by the baker, who ceases from raising after he kneaded the dough until it be leavened. In the day of our king, the princes have made him sick with the bottles of wine. He stretched out his hand with scorners, for they have made ready their heart like an oven, whilst they lie in wait, their baker sleepeth all night. In the morning it burneth as a flaming fire. It says they are all hot as an oven, and have devoured their judges.
all their kings are fallen. That's why the northern kingdom ain't got no who runs the northern kingdom? These fucking women, man. They run the mama runs the northern kingdom, man. Santa Maria and La Virgen Maria, you know, they're the number one proponents of the virgins, you know, Virgin Mary, Virgin this and Santa this and the Holy Mother and this and that and all this other shit, you know. Them northern kingdom, man, you know. And says, have devoured their judges, all their kings have fallen. There is none amongst them that calleth upon me. Okay, it says, Ephraim have mixed himself amongst the people. That's why he thinks he's a white man. You know, Ephraim. Ephraim is a cake not turned. Strangers have devoured his strength, and he knoweth it not. Yeah, gray hairs are here and there upon him, yet he knoweth not. And the pride of Israel testified to his face, and they do not return to the Lord their power, nor seek him for all this. Yeah, you don't turn to the Lord because you got univision and shit. Well, here it is. This fucking devil is disrespecting you, and yeah. Well, we're living in Miami and shit. You Cubans, you go up there to Miami, you become you become a Gloria Stefan or some shit. You become like the Stefans start owning Miami and shit. You become like J Lo and Mark Anthony, and you told when's the last time you heard this bitch J Lo speak her language, man? So called, which that's not her language, but the bitch, all these little Latin chicks that come up here, like Rossi Diaz and shit, and what's the rest of them? All of them. That's why you get the Selena treatment. The Most High kills you, or he gives you a Selena Gomez treatment. He gives you lupus and gives you all this shit. Because Selena Gomez, she used the little Latin look, but she's nowhere near like a Hispanic woman and shit like that. This bitch is a total white woman. She turned into they turn into white women, man. They turn into Taylor Swifts. Okay, so um they become ashamed of their cultures, where they come from. Start speaking in with the white man wants. And they don't. That's why you don't have people like people like Natalia Lafourcade on the top of like the billboards and shit. No, they're because they actually speak things that are profitable for their people. You're not gonna see no shit like that. They women like that, they're not naked and shit like that. So they're not getting put on the front of the magazine like a Becky G would, which are promoting them but wickedness. Like Natty Nicole and all these hoes, horse, man. You turn on one of these Latin trophy awards, you're gonna see none but Anita, you know, none but Anita shaking her ass all day, with some surgery and shit, Not, nothing but Kara G. Kara G every 5 minutes in the Bernabeu, here, there, all over the world, you know, with yellow, weird looking hair and shit, no clothes on. Because that's the principle. That's supposed to be the image of the Latin woman. Either she's one of them, or she's a Miss Universe winner, naked, destroyed, totally destroyed, or on the casting couch, one of those three, because they're no longer, like the mothers of old, as they used to be, raised up in marriages, things of that nature. Okay. But Hosea 7 and verse 13 says, they have fled from me, woe unto them, for they have fled from me, destruction unto them, because they have transgressed against me. Though I have redeemed them, yet they have spoken lies against me. They have not heard. Okay, I should have read the 11th verse. Ephraim is also as a silly dove without heart. They call to Egypt and they go to Assyria. That's right. Woe to them, for they have fled from me. Destruction is unto them, because they have transgressed against me. Though I have redeemed them, yet they have spoken lies against me. And they have not cried unto me with their heart. Yeah, because they have no heart. The 11th verse. All right. Ephraim is a silly dove without a heart. They call to Egypt and they go to Assyria. The Lord said in Ezekiel 36, he got put a new heart within us. You got this fucking filthy heart that you got up in you, man. That's why you in there doing what you're doing to your people in the cartels with the cartels. The cartels basically run the fucking Mexico, man. They basically run Mexico, and they're in cahoots with the so-called white man, the cartels, and the Colombians, all these people. That's what they showed you in the narcos shows and shit. They showed you that plain open. They're all working for the so-called white man. They all are part of the war on drugs, which is the war on their own people, man. And that's why they're the ones that's given a little license to have some money amongst your citizens, your population. The ones that have money amongst our people are the ones that have done dirt and have oppressed their own. Those are the ones that sit on top with Esau. Those are the ones that run your countries, and the ones that are set up as political leaders and shit like that. They be the same ones that are in the cartel, the same ones that are in the in the politic seat. They'll put their cousins in, their brothers. They'll make them. Shit. That's how it goes. But now Esau has kind of did it because the cameras are on. But in the 80s, 70s, 60s, all that was going on, and they were assassinating presidents. They were doing all that, man. You know, it wasn't worldwide news. It was just run of the mill. They would just come and kill your governor if he didn't comply with the demands of the cartel. They don't give a damn. That's their own people. They're oppressed. They run a racket just like the mafia. But the biggest mafia is a so-called white man. Which has given these cartels the liberty to destroy their own countries and to rule them with an iron fist. You know. So Hosea 7 and verse 14, they have rebelled against me, though I have bound and strengthened their arms, yet they do imagine mischief against me, like a silly dove. As a silly dove, these people imagine evil, mischief against me, man. 16th verse. They return, but not to the Most High. They are like a deceitful bow. Their princes shall fall by the sword. For the rage of their tongue, this shall be their derision in the land of Egypt. That's right. You come over here and you think this devil gonna give you refuge and shit. Well, these migrants crisis, it's gonna turn to a bigger crisis for you, your northern kingdom, man. You come up here, you know, you over there looting these devil cities and doing all shit. You think you're not gonna retaliate against you, man? You got these gangs running up and up and down New York and shit, doing this and that. Well, they're using you as a scapegoat, man. You know, okay, that you because you're gonna be part of the problem with the immigrants. We got to shut up the borders. You know, you part of the problem. They bring the worst of you. So this is what he had said the last time. DJ Trump, he had said that the Mexicans and all these they're bringing the worst, the illegals and all shit. All these the Americans, they look at all you like they look at niggas. They look at us. They look at all of us as niggas, but they look at the black man the worst because he's dark. But they'll look at you like you're all the same. You're all Mexicans. Like they would look at Jake. We're all niggas in their eyes. You know, but they don't know that you're Mexicans and this one come from Venezuela and all that. They just look at all you as immigrants that don't belong in their country. So they let this damn devil up in there. He gonna come with his rhetoric and shit like that. And this is more, division amongst the Democrats and the Republican and this one and that one. Well, we actually believe that all, because sometimes you go to these people's houses and they got this shit. No one's illegal. And then the next one next door, he's like, he's talking about the Mexican. You got tightened up the border. So here it is. This is all stirring up this pot. That the migrant crisis and the border and this and that. Then Texas is trying to do this and that. And, it's just all kind of confusion, man. Which this is the chaos before the storm. The calm before the storm, before the come the chaos. Because the Lord God had put in his devil's heart to bring the chaos so he could bring the order by way of this so-called microcia. This charagma, which also ultimately has to come before the Lord returns. So it's all tying in to the beast system, and the Third World War, So Hosea 5 verse 2, it says, and the revolters are profound to make slaughter, though I make been a rebuker, there have been a rebuker to them all. It said, I know Ephraim, and Israel is not hid from me. I know Ephraim. Yeah, I know you, Ephraim. All right. You think you're not one of mine because you ain't black. You know? That's why the Lord did this. He did this. That's why he made you to be a speck of bird, cake not turned, is read in the 8th chapter, as a cake not turned. No. He made you as a cake not turned, man. Ephraim is as a cake not turned, he mixed himself amongst the people, you know. Because the Lord, he confounded the languages, right, in Genesis 10th chapter. But then now he confounded the nations, the skin color and all this, because back then you would just look at somebody and be like, oh, that's Jake, because they look just, because it wasn't a common thing to just, you get with another race. The script tell you, and Sirach the 27th chapter 9 verse says the birds resort to their kind, so would the truth return to them that practicing her. So the birds were just dealing with their own, now it's just an intermingle world where, like, you don't even know who's who, because the Lord has brought this scattering of as said James 1:1 says the 12 tribes scatter abroad. So Ephraim is like a cake not turned. He looked like everybody, so but mainly he believes he's that white man, So I know Ephraim, and Israel is not hid from me, for now, O Ephraim, thou committest whoredom, and Israel is defiled. They will not frame their doings to turn to their power, for their spirit of whoredom is in the midst of them. They have not known the Lord. And the pride of Israel doth testify to his face. Therefore shall Israel and Ephraim fall in their iniquity, and Judah also shall fall with them. Yeah, you're going to be in America, You're going to be America, Ephraim, and Judah pressed together, right? And they shall go with their flocks and with their herds to seek the face of the Lord. But they shall not find him. Okay, because you're gonna go after your the only one you're gonna find is your lover, as said Hosea the 2nd chapter. Okay, you're gonna find him either, because he ain't nobody gonna want you. Just like your relationship with these women of today. These women of your nation, nobody wants their asses. Now they looking for you, and you don't want them. That's how the Lord feels for Ephraim, for also Judah too. But right now we're dealing with Ephraim, man. So it says, they shall not find him, he have withdrawn himself from them. 7th verse. They have dealt treacherously against the Lord, for they have begotten strange children. You're bringing them up in all these heathen customs, clothing them in strange apparel. You yourself have become a strange apparel wearer. Here it is. Your mama and them are building you up. When you look at these Northern Kingdom mamas, they turn out their daughters, man. They're over there. They're on drugs, all kinds of shit. Hey, they're totally gone. They're not good mothers. Most of them, totally fucked up. Most of them. You look at these Ephraimites over here in the Northeast. Their families be totally destroyed. They be like, even though a lot of them are in their families, but they be totally like, they be totally gone. A lot of these Ephraimites in the hood, So it says they begot strange children. Now shall a moth devour them with their portions. Blow ye the cornet in Gibeah, and the trumpet in Ramah, cry aloud at Beth Aven, for after thee, O Benjamin. Ephraim shall be desolate in the day of rebuke. Among the tribes of Israel have I made known that which surely shall be. The princes of Judah were like them that removed the bound. Therefore I will pour out my wrath upon them like water. Ephraim is oppressed, been broken in judgment, because he willingly walked after the commandment. Therefore I will be unto Ephraim as a moth, and to the house of Judah as rottenness. And when Ephraim saw his sickness and Judah saw his wound, then went Ephraim to the Assyrian. Then went Ephraim to the white man and to the heathen, but that's what he thinks he is. And sent to King Jarab, yet he could not heal you, nor cure you of your wound. These Babylonians, they ain't be able to heal themselves. To say, take balm for her pain. They should, if we would heal Babylon, if she could be healed. But she cannot be healed. Jeremiah 51st chapter. So King Jarab can't heal you. So-called white man can't heal you. You know, the novella can't hear you. You know, you come up here to America and you become what's his name? You become the Wednesday Adams. You know, you become Pedro Pascal. You know, but that can't help you, man. You think you made it and shit. Yeah, we made it. I'm in a movie with I'm in a movie with Brad Pitt. I'm in a I become Olivia Rodrigo and shit. You know, you didn't make it nowhere. You made it to the oppressor. You made it to serve the oppressor. You made it to fulfill Psalms the 137th chapter. You singing one of the songs of Zion to them that carried away captive. You know, they required you song. They required you mirth. They required you entertainment and dance for him. You know, just like he required of Judah in them. That's how you know you're the same people. You're the same curses. So Hosea 5 and verse 13, when Ephraim saw his sickness and Judah saw his wound, then went Ephraim to the Assyrian and sent to King Jarab, yet he could not heal you nor cure you of your wound, for I will be like unto Ephraim as a lion, as a young lion to the house of Judah. And I will even tear and go away, yeah, young lion tear with his teeth. And I will take away, and none shall rescue him. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek me early. In their affliction, they shall seek me early. Yeah, but they should not find me. They ain't gonna find me. What they gonna find? Right? They're gonna find the so-called white man, their lover, with that sword for them. You know. Hosea chapter 8 and verse 1, it says, set the trumpet to thy mouth, and he shall come as an eagle against the house of the Lord, because they have transgressed my covenant and trespassed against my law. Yeah, he's gonna come as the eagle against the house of the Lord, the so-called white man. So second verse, Israel shall cry unto me, my power, we know thee. Israel have cast off the thing that's good. The enemy shall pursue him, and they have set up kings, but not by me. They have made princes, and I knew it not. Of their silver and their gold have they made them idols, and that they may be cut off. Thy calf, O Samaria, have cast thee off. My anger is kindled against them. How long will it be? Will it ere thy attain to innocency? For from Israel was it also, the workman made it, therefore it is not of the Most High. But the calf of Samaria shall be broken in pieces. They go to Samaria again. All right, talking about you. For they have sown the wind, and they shall reap the whirlwind, and they shall not stock, have no stock. The bud shall yield no meal, if it so be that it yield. The stranger shall swallow it up. Israel swallowed up. Yeah, everything you get gets swallowed up. You over there in your land, and the fucking Chiquita banana come up there, and they taking all the rights of your bananas, all the rights of your Starbucks come in your shit, and they take all their coffee beans and all that shit. They come from Costa Rica, come from Panama, Nicaragua, Mexico, Guatemala. That's where all this shit, the Starbucks and all them people, they come up there, order their grande latte and shit, and it comes straight from the land of Zebulun and the land of Issachar. That's where it come from. So Israel is swallowed up. You can't prosper. That's why I said you put your money in a bag with holes. You know? So that Israel swallowed up. Now they shall be among the Gentiles, amongst the white man, as a vessel wherein there's no pleasure. You come up here, what the fuck pleasure you got? You work 17 jobs and shit as the Issacharite, man. As the Zebulonite. You work, you as the you come up here as the Asherite, your ass come up here and you work 4 jobs, man. Fucking cleaning floors, doing all this other shit. Like they ain't gonna give you your little green card shit unless you marry somebody or you live here long enough. You over there facing deportation and shit. What kind of life is that, man? You know, in your own countries you're oppressed. Then you're oppressed when you come here, man. So Israel swallowed up. Now they shall be amongst the Gentiles, where as a vessel wherein is no pleasure. For they have gone up to Assyria, a wild ass alone by himself. A wild ass, like Issachar. Issachar, one of the symbols is like the wild ass. They got the donkey, you know. Issachar is like a wild ass, man. Worshiping this fucking white man. All right. So it says, because Ephraim, uh, oh no, no, 10 verse. Yeah, though they have hired amongst the nations, they have hired amongst the nations. What was Ephraim, was Issachar called? He is hired. Okay. Even though they have hired amongst the nations, now I will gather them, and they shall sorrow a little for the burden of the king of princes. Because Ephraim have made many altars to sin, altars shall be unto him as sin. I have written to him the great things of my law, because they were counted as a strange thing. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifice of my offerings. Yeah, that's a strange thing is the law. Here it is. The law says that, the Lord looks how he looks, and you're like, nah, the Lord's a white man. That's a strange thing to you. It's counted as a strange thing, the word of the Lord. You know, 13 verse. They sacrifice flesh for the sacrifice of my offerings and eat it, but the Lord accepted them not. Yeah, you do your little Santeria rituals and all your shit, and the Lord don't accept that. You got to go seek the spiritist and shit. Here it is. If you go in the Simeonite hoods over here, or these Ephraimite hoods, you're gonna see a bunch of places where it says consulta con el maestro negro. You're gonna go up in there, and the motherfucker, they literally got spiritists and Santeria cookers and all that shit. Just right there like normal. Nothing. All the tribes go up in there. Benji goes up in there. Ephraim go up in there. Simeon, Judah. But Judah just go to the Baptist church and shit up the street, the Evangelicus church. But you northern king, you be in that spirit cooking place. you know so it says they sacrifice flesh for the sacrifice of my offerings and eat it, but the Lord accepted them not. Now will he remember their iniquity and visit their sins, and they shall return to Egypt, to this white man's hands. Because you go over there to the land of Egypt, and they're not over there. They're over here in the white man's hands. You got to go over there to the pyramid to look at the pyramid of Khufu, or the pyramid of Khafre, But that's not where the white man. That's not where the white man got the northern kingdom. All right, over here, oppressed with Judah, their brothers. For Israel have forgotten his maker, and builded temples, and Judah have multiplied fences. But I will send a fire upon his cities, and it shall devour the palaces thereof. That's right. He gonna send this damn white man after you. We're gonna send this white man after you. Hosea 9:1. Rejoice not for joy as other people, for thou hast gone a whoring from their power. It says, thou hast loved the reward upon every corn floor. The floor and the winepress shall not feed them, and the new wine shall fail in her. Yeah, the new wine, man. It's gonna fail because you're not gonna receive the truth. You're gonna be blinded. You know. They shall not dwell in the Lord's land, but Ephraim shall return to Egypt, and they shall eat unclean things in Samaria and Assyria. Salaki. They shall not offer wine offerings to the Most High, neither shall they be pleasing unto him. Their sacrifice shall be unto them as bread of mourners. All they eat thereof shall be polluted, for the bread of their soul shall not come into the house of the Lord. What will you do in the solemn day and in the day of the feast of the Most High? For lo, they are gone because of destruction. And Egypt shall gather them up. Memphis shall bury them in the pleasant place for their silver. Nettles shall possess them. Their thorns shall be in their tabernacles. The day of visitation are come. The days of recompense are come. Israel shall know it. The prophet is a fool. The spiritual man is mad for the multitude of thy iniquity and the great hatred. The watchman of Ephraim was with my power, but the prophet is a snare of a fowler in all his ways, and hatred is in the house of the Most High, of his power. So like it. Because I remember being in that Jehovah's Witness church, and the whole church was full of Ephraim, man. The Northern Kingdom, they kind of went to the English side, but it was nothing but full of white people and shit in the English side. But the Spanish side, of course, was just filled with nothing but Latin tribes. The Latin tribes are in that church just like Judah and them is, because they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. So they have deeply corrupted themselves, as in the days of Gibeah, Hosea 9:9. Therefore, he will remember their iniquity, and he will visit their sins. I found Israel like grape in the wilderness. I saw your fathers in the first ripe in the fig tree. at her first time, but they went to Baal Peor. They didn't come to me, they went to Baal Peor and separated themselves unto their shame, and their abominations were according as they loved. As for Ephraim, their glory shall fly away like a bird from the birth and their womb and the conception. That's right. That's why your glory is in fucking peso pluma, man. You ain't got no damn glory. Look, your glory is in bad bunnies, man. You know. It says 12 verse. Though they bring up their children, yet I'll bereave them, that they shall not be a man left. Woe to them when I depart from them. Woe unto them when I depart from them. Ephraim, as I saw Tyrus, is planted in a pleasant place, but Ephraim shall bring forth his children to a murderer, and you're gonna become peso pluma. You know? Give them, O Lord, what thou wilt give, and give them a miscarrying womb and dry breasts, until you become Anuel double eyes and all this shit. All your little young niggas are young chimis, man. That's what they are. They're a bunch of fucking little gangster niggas. You know, they're a bunch of Benny Juniors and shit. That's what they become. They're not, you know, they're not fathers to their, you know, their kids. All these little Northern Kingdom women, they be pregnant at 16, man. Pregnant and with 14 kids at 30, you know. It says with 17 different baby daddies, you know. You because they don't even know who's the father. They be on Maury just like Judah in them, you know. Steve Wilk, all that. They be all on the social media fighting, drunk, crashing their cars, you know, totally destroyed. Sick cutting their man's rod off and doing all this other shit, you know. So it says, all their wickedness is in Gilgal, for I have hated them. Most I had deep disdain for you. All right. For the wickedness that they're doing, I will drive them out of my house. I will love them no more. And all their princes are revolted. Look, man, this is why he let you look like fucking white people, man. That's a curse, man. You know, that's a curse. Look like a fucking white man. You walk around looking like you know, Luis Miguel walk around looking just like a Spaniard, man. You know, that's a man, it's correct. But you know, looking just like a white man. Messi looking just like a white dude. That's a fucking curse, man. You know, you don't look like Jairzinho or something. You don't look like Pele or you know, you don't look like fucking Vinicius, fictitious. You don't look like fictitious, man. You know. It says Ephraim is smitten and their root is dried up. They shall bear no fruit. Yea, though they bring forth, yet I will slay even the beloved fruit of their womb. My God will cast them away because they did not hearken unto him. They shall be wanderers amongst the nations. You over there wandering New York City and shit with nowhere to go. You're living in a hotel and shit. You're in your own country, at least, you know, whatever. You come over here and speak the language, you know. It says Hosea 11 and verse 1. It says, when Israel was a child, then I loved him and called my son out of Egypt. As they called them, so they went from them, and they sacrificed unto Baalim and burnt incense to graven images. I taught Ephraim also to go and taken them by their arms, but they knew not that I healed them. And I drew them with cords of a man with bands of love, and I was to them as they that take off the yoke on their jaws, and I laid meat onto them. And he shall not return to the land of Egypt, but the Assyrians shall be his king because they refuse to return. So-called white man gonna be your king. You better call on Donald Trump. You know, and niggas always talk, you know, Simeon, all these jakes, man, Ephraim, they be talking about Donald Trump more than the white people, man. Donald Trump, Donald Trump, Donald Trump, this and that, Donald Trump. That shit's annoying, bro. And the sword shall abide on his cities and shall consume his branches and devour them because of their own counsels. And my people are bent backsliding from me, are bent to backsliding from me. Though they called them to the Most High, none at all would exalt him. How shall I give thee up, Ephraim? And how shall I deliver thee, O Israel? How shall I make thee as an Admah? How shall I set thee as Zibeon? My heart is turned within me. My repentings are kindled together. I will not execute the fierceness of my anger. I will not return to destroy Ephraim, for I am the Most High and not man. The Holy One is in the midst of thee, and I will not enter into the city. They shall walk after the Lord, and he shall roar like a lion. And when he shall roar, then the children shall tremble from the west, because that's where you at. They shall tremble as a bird out of Egypt, and as a dove out the land of Assyria. And I will place them in their houses, said the Lord power. And Ephraim compassing me about with lies, and the house of Israel with deceit, but Judah yet ruleth with the Most High and is faithful with the saints. That's right. So the Lord will wake them up first, but ultimately he will have, mercy on all Israel, But Hosea 12 and verse 1, it said, Ephraim feedeth on the wind and followeth after the east wind. He daily increaseth with lies and desolation. And they do make a covenant with the Assyrians, with the so-called white man. And they oil is carried into Egypt. That's right. That's why they Deuteronomy 33:24. It say Ephraim, it says Asher shall dip his foot in gold, right? And oil, right? And oil, which is gold, oil. He shall dip his foot in oil, which that's what they have. But you're gonna bring forth your oil to this white man. Your oil is carried into Egypt, and you make a covenant with the Assyrians, with this devil. Okay, the Lord have also a controversy with Judah, and will punish Jacob according to his ways, according to his doings, will he recompense him. He took his brother by the heel in the womb, and by his strength he had power with the Most High. Yeah, he had power over the angel and prevailed, and he wept. Just 32nd chapter. And he wept and made supplication unto him, and he found him in Bethel, and there he spake with us. And even the Lord, that power of hosts, the Lord is his memorial. Therefore, turn thou to thy God, keep mercy and judgment, and wait on thy power continually. He is a merchant. The balances of deceit are in his hand, for he loveth to oppress. That's your daddy, the devil. He loved to oppress you, and you love to have it so. That's why you up there and, as a Noel. Donald Trump is the best president I've ever seen in my life. And this nigga, he don't even know your fucking name. He's like, who? Justin Quiles. You bring me Justin Quiles and bring me Anuel Double A. Yeah, you guys make a lot of noise for them. They must be great artists and shit. This nigga was disrespecting you niggas. You didn't even know who the fuck you were. He's like, who the hell are these niggas? Just bring these two Puerto Ricans. Yeah, I need the Puerto Rican vote. You guys like these guys, right? That's what he's telling them. He's just talking to you niggas like you ain't shit. That's how fucking simple you are, man. This white man will talk to you like you ain't shit, piss on you, and you just, man, sit there and, the white man's golden shower. The white man's golden shower is going to be good for my face and my cuticles. Nigga, these niggas are simple, man. So said Hosea 12 and 8, and Ephraim said, yet I am become rich. I have found me our substance. Oh, I'm in the white man. I'm in Miami. I'm living good on Star Island. Yet I become rich. I have found me our substance, and all my labors they shall not find no iniquity in me that were sin. That's what the diddler thought. He thought his pact with the devil would never be disannulled. His covenant with hell would never be disannulled. I said Isaiah the 29th chapter. It says, and Ephraim said, I have found me out substance, great riches, and all my labors that I shall find no iniquity in me that was sin. And that I'm the Lord that powerful in the land of Egypt will yet make thee to dwell in tabernacles in the days of the solemn feast. I have also spoken by the prophets, and I have multiplied visions and used similitudes by the ministry of the prophets. It says, is there iniquity in Gilgal? Surely they are vanity. They sacrifice bullocks in Gilgal. Yeah, their altars are as heaps in the furrow of the fields, and Jacob fled into the country of Syria, and Israel served for a wife, and for a wife he have kept sheep. And by a prophet of the Lord brought Israel out of Egypt, and by a prophet was he preserved. Ephraim provoked him to anger most bitterly. All right, Northern Kingdom, man. All right. Therefore shall he leave his blood upon him, and his reproach shall his Lord return upon him. That's right. You Mexicans, you Zebulonites, you Asherites, all you, Lord's gonna return your Rick upon your head. You think about white man Jesus till the day that you perish. That's why you're gonna be calling on white man Jesu Cristo, El Blanco, El Florentino Perez, El Cristobal Colon, You'll be thinking about Hernan Cortes till the day till you got to pass over to your right mind, you know, because you're very carnal and you're too far gone. The majority of you are just not going. You're not going to accept the fact that you're like the same as the black tribes, and the black tribes not going to accept you, you know, until Isaiah 11:13 come to pass, you know, until the Lord takes away the enmity between these tribes, until most of you get put to death, you know, whether it be Judah or Ephraim, man. They're all far gone. But again, the main focus of this is the Ephraimites, all right, the northern kingdom, man. Um, because more of you should be in this truth, man. And to be frank, you're a fucking disappointment, man. You know, most of you are fucking disappointments, man. You Northern Kingdom men, all right. You didn't turn into fucking novella characters, man. You know, you're no longer like fucking Pancho Villa or you know, you're not ready to die like your man not Hugo not Hugo Che. Who's the fucking guy named Che Guevara? You're not like Che Guevara's no more, man. You're fucking bad bunnies and shit, you know, bad bitches. That's what you become, you know. So it says, Hosea 13, verse 1. And when Ephraim spake trembling, he exalted himself in Israel, but he offended in Baal and he died. He offended in the fucking devil. All right. Now they sin more and more and have made them molten images of their silver and idols according to their own understanding of the Santeria. You know, the Virgin Mary and the Santa, this and that. Okay. All of it, the work of the craftsmen, they say of them, let the men that sacrifice kiss the calves. Therefore, they shall be as the morning cloud and as the early dew, it passed away as the chaff that is driven with a whirlwind out the floor, as the smoke of the chimney. Yet I am the Lord thy power from the land of Egypt. Thou shalt know no God but me. For there is no Savior besides me. I did not know thee in the wilderness, in the land of great drought. According to their pasture, so they were filled, and their heart was exalted, therefore they have forgotten me. Therefore I'll be unto them as a lion, as a leopard by the way I will observe them. And I will meet them as a bear that's bereaved of her whelps, as a hungry bear. I'm going to devour you. All right. That's why I tell you, Amos, the 5th chapter. The day of the Lord, darkness, not light, as if a man fled from a bear and a lion did meet him. As a hungry lion or a hungry bear would devour your ass, tear you in pieces. That's why it says in Psalms, the 50th chapter, right about the 20th verse, it says, ye that forget the Most High, remember, except lest I tear you in pieces, there be none to deliver you, man. Okay. So it says, I'll meet them as a bear. Hosea 13:8. That is bereaved of her whelps, and I'll rent the caw of their heart. And he said earlier, you ain't have no heart. All right. And Hosea the 7th chapter, Ephraim is a silly dove, he has no heart. All right. Because he got the white man's heart, and the white man's spirit is that he got in him is not upright. You know. So it says, and there I will devour them like a lion, the wild beast shall tear them. 9th verse. O Israel, thou hast destroyed thyself, but in me is thine help. I'll be thy king, wherein is any other that may save thee in all of thy cities. And that all thy judges of whom thou saidest, give me a king and princes. I gave thee a king in my anger and took him away in my wrath. The iniquity of Ephraim is bound up, his sin is hid. The sorrows of a travailing woman shall come upon him. He is an unwise son. A fucking disappointment, man. For he should not stay long in the place of the breaking forth of children. I'll raise them from the power of the grave. I'll redeem them from death. I'll be thy plagues, O grave. I'll be thy destruction. Repentance shall be hid from my eyes. Though he be fruitful among his brethren, an east wind shall come. The wind of the Lord shall come up from the wilderness, and his spring shall become dry. Though you see a bunch of fucking little Ephraimites everywhere you go, you see a bunch of Mexicans, you see a bunch of, though he spring as spring forth and be fruitful, I will dry him up. I will dry his spring up, and his fountain shall be dried up, and he shall spoil the treasure of all pleasant vessels. Samaria shall become desolate, for she have rebelled against her power. They shall fall by the sword. Their infants shall be dashed in pieces, and their women with child shall be ripped apart, ripped up, ripped apart. Take him around, you know, because here it is. You come up here, you feel comfortable. You see these, you know, so you see. Look at the Northern Kingdom. They're fucking comfortable. They're in all their events with all their kids. Yeah, you know, good for them. I like seeing them. I like seeing them doing all right, man. But at the end of the day, they're fucking. They're totally under the. They think they made it. They think they're in the. You know, they're not privy to this information, man. To this knowledge, to this wisdom. You know, they're just all right. We're happy to be under, you know, wearing Nikes and wearing, you know, wearing Under Armour and North Face and shit. You know, driving big. You see Instacart and them. They be giving these big old trucks and shit. You know, they be feeling themselves. You know, starting these businesses and shit. You know, they be having a lot of restaurants, things of that nature. You know, but the Lord said He'll dry up your spring, man. The Lord's getting ready to take away all your goodies that this fucking so-called white man gave you in a stolen land that was originally yours. You know. So it said Hosea 14:1, O Israel, return to the Lord thy power, for thou hast fallen by thine iniquity. Take with you these words and turn to the Lord and say unto him, take away all iniquity and receive us graciously, so he will render the calves of our lips. Assure shall not save us. We will not ride upon horses, neither will we say any more to the work of our hands, ye are our gods. For in thee the fatherless have found mercy. I will heal their backsliding. I will love them freely. All right. Ephraim's backslide as backsliding heifer, right? But I will hear their backslide, and I will love them freely, for my anger is turned away from him, and I'll be as a dew unto Israel, and he will grow as the lily, and cast forth his roots as Lebanon. His branches shall spread, and his beauty shall be as the olive tree, and his smell as Lebanon. They that dwell under his shadow shall return, and they shall revive as the corn, and grow as the vine, and the scent thereof shall be as the wine of Lebanon. Ephraim shall say, what have I to do anymore with idols? Ephraim joined on the idols, Hosea 4:17. Right? They shall revive as the corn and grow as the vine. The scent thereof shall be as the wine of Lebanon. Ephraim shall say, what have I to do anymore with idols? I have heard him and observed him, and I'm like a green fir tree, and from me is thy fruit found. Who is wise, and he shall understand these things, prudent, and he shall know them. For the way of the Lord are right ways, and the just shall walk in them, but the transgressor shall fall therein. All right, Zechariah chapter 13 and verse 1. And in that day shall there be a fountain open to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and for uncleanness. The Lord is no longer going to dry up the springs to you. Okay, he's going to make it flow, the fountain flow. It said, and it shall come to pass in that day, said the Lord of hosts, that I will cut off the names of the idols that you were joined onto, and they shall no more be remembered. You ain't gonna be talking about so-called white Jesus and speaking fucking Spanish and Espanol and saying carnal and all this other shit, you know, cabron and, you know, mommy and all this other shit. You're gonna be dancing salsa, you know. You're gonna be talking about you know, the Day of the Dead. You're gonna be talking about no shit like that, you know. Cinco de Mayo. And they shall no more be remembered, and I will cause the prophets and the unclean spirit to pass out the land. And it shall come to pass that when any shall yet prophesy, then his father and his mother that begat him shall say unto him, thou shalt not live, for thou speakest lies in the name of the Lord. And his father and his mother that begat him shall thrust him through when he prophesied. It shall come to pass in that day that the prophet shall be ashamed every one of his vision of that false Christianity and the false Catholicism. All right. When he had prophesied, neither shall they wear a rough garment to deceive. But he shall say, I am no prophet, I am a husbandman, for man taught me to keep cattle from my youth. And one shall say unto him, what are these wounds in thy hands? And they shall answer, those are they which I have wounded in the house of my friends. Awake, O sword, against my shepherd and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord. Host, smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered. I will turn my hands upon the little ones, the remnant, the ones of them, the northern kingdom, that's going to return. Now, the ones of the southern kingdom that's going to return, which are few and far between. But, you know, 8 verse. And it shall come to pass that in that land, saith the Lord, 2 parts therein shall be cut off and die, but the third part shall be left therein. And I'll bring the third part through the fire, and I'll refine them as silver is refined, and I'll try them as gold is tried, and they shall be my people. They shall call upon my name, and I will hear them, and I will say it is my people, and they shall say it is my power. So in Hosea, the first chapter, the Lord told you, Lo me, you're not my power. You are not my people. I will not be your God. But now the Lord is going to receive you again as children, as well as your brothers, the southern kingdom, all right, which would be the black tribes, which you're both going to go back to being one in the Lord's hands again. All right, so with that, call I'm like Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahushai, Ba'Shem, B'Kakodash. All right, the one star apostle taught us this truth, peace, and salutations unto the Lord's elect. And Ephraim is as a silly dove, man, you know, for the time being, you know, until the Lord show him that he's not a white man and he's not a Latin, you know, he's not an Indian, you know, that he is indeed one of the Lord's children, man, you know. But with that, shalom, shalom.